I present to you an enhancement of performance technique specifically on carbon membrane on hydrogen-nitrogen ideal separation utilizing Robeson's upper bound plot. Hydrogen-nitrogen separation is an important component in process industries, especially in ammonia manufacturing as well as fuel cell technology. Although the current conventional process, such as cryogenic distillation and pressure swing adsorption, is able to deliver the separation effectively, the large amount of energy and space consumed, as well as high complexity in operations, requires us to find alternative, which is membrane-based separation, which is way simpler in operation but capable of delivering similar output. Today, the membrane material is made of polymeric materials, which are easily compromised with extreme thermal and mechanical process conditions. Thus, additional pretreatments such as pre-cooling and depressurization are detrimental to protect the membrane from permanent damage. To overcome this predicament, robust materials are introduced, such as carbon. Carbon membranes are not only capable of withstanding extreme conditions, but most importantly, they have exceptional pore structure that enables it to perform delicate discrimination between two gas molecules with similar kinetic diameters, such as oxygen and nitrogen. Currently, the study of carbon membrane has been focusing on the search of poly precursor that will turn into high-performance carbon membrane that has both superior permeability and separability. As a result, many precursors have been found that can be turned into carbon membranes. However, the relationship between precursor microstructure and the microstructure of carbon membrane has yet established, and the carbon membranes produced, unfortunately, were not enhanced to obtain their maximum performance. It is very important to establish their maximum performance so that any modification and additional secondary materials can have significant impact or otherwise. In this slide, we attempt to enhance the carbon membrane capability by using the Robeson's upper bound and the established commercial boundary. This idea stands on the fact that, based on the literature review, the carbon membrane microstructure can be tailored by adjusting the pyrolysis parameter, which at the end affect the final performance of the carbon membrane. Well, in our study, the hollow fiber polymeric membrane is first produced from polyphenylene oxide before subjected to pyrolysis to turn it into hollow fiber carbon membrane. Pyrolysis parameters were adjusted in terms of pyrolysis temperature, heating rate, and thermal soak time. After that, performance analysis in terms of permeability and ideal selectivity was performed, and the results are mapped onto the Robeson plot, and selection is done based on performance. Well, image A is the cross-sectional angle of the polymeric hollow fiber membrane, and image B is the higher magnification on the membrane layer, which is symmetrical and dense. The next image, which is C, is the hollow fiber carbon membrane, and D is its higher magnification that shows the structure is as well symmetrical and dense. Based on the approximated inner diameter and thickness, there is a densification occur due to sintering effect. Based on the plot, the trend shows the permeability is decreasing against increasing kinetic diameter of the gas. This indicates that the gas diffusion is dominated by molecular sieving transport mechanism. As you can see that the different pyrolysis temperature produce significant difference in terms of performance, and the 600 degrees Celsius shows significant increment in terms of hydrogen permeability and the hydrogen-nitrogen ideal selectivity as compared to the other carbon membranes and its polymeric precursors PPO. And the performance result just now was then mapped into Robeson plot, where it was obviously carbon membrane with pyrolysis temperature of 600 degrees Celsius has superior performance both in terms of permeability and ideal selectivity. Therefore, the carbon membrane is selected for further enhancement by adjusting the heating rate. Implementing higher heating rate on the carbon membrane means less exposure over sintering effect. Thus, possibly the pore size becomes larger that allows larger gas to permeate as well. As can be seen here, together with the hydrogen permeability, the nitrogen permeability increased significantly, resulting in the hydrogen and nitrogen ideal selectivity to decrease. And again, the performance result is mapped on to the Robeson plots, and instantly we can identify that the 1 degree per minute of heating rate produce better balanced performance, although as indicated earlier, carbon membrane produced with 10 degree per minute has highest hydrogen permeability. So far, we have identified that the best pyrolysis temperature and heating rate are 600 degrees Celsius and 1 degree per minute respectively, where the plot here shows that increasing thermal soak time decreases the N2, the nitrogen permeability significantly, but the hydrogen permeability remains almost constant, thus increasing the hydrogen-nitrogen ideal selectivity. This might be contributed by the sintering effect on the membrane structure that slightly reduces the pore size. When the thermal soak time is extended to 8 hours, the hollow fiber carbon membrane becomes very brittle and defective, rendering them useless. For example, in this case, there is a fine tearing along the fiber due to extreme denitrification due to over-sintering. And the last mapping on Robeson's plot indicates that the 4 hours thermal soak time produced the best performance on both hydrogen permeability and hydrogen-nitrogen ideal selectivity. Based on this final Robeson's plot, we have successfully enhanced the carbon membrane performance that have the balanced output between the hydrogen permeability and hydrogen-nitrogen ideal selectivity. We believe that at this point, further enhancement or incorporation of secondary materials into the enhanced carbon membrane will produce significant differences as compared to non-enhanced carbon membrane. We can conclude that carbon membrane performance can be enhanced significantly, and the balance between the permeability and ideal selectivity can be adjusted by the pyrolysis temperature and Robeson mapping to produce the best result. Further inquiry and question, I welcome to Azan at usim.edu.my. Thank you.